Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This show we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Sneak peek of the project right here. We're going to greet everybody in the Discord chat room. Hello and good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. If you'd like to join us during the live show, you can go to discord.gg/Adafruit, join the community of many awesome folks, and hello to everybody hanging out. We have a fun, packed show with lots of goodies, inspirational thingies, and maybe some tips.
Just shouting out everyone in all of the chat rooms. Yeah. We're hanging out on the Discord. I think you already mentioned that. Discord. Right.
Special shout out to the Facebook family. They we were able to get the stream going on Facebook. It's been a month or two since we haven't been able to get it, but we figured it out. Turns out you have to use all the info.
Good morning to Skur. Good morning, Paul Cutler.
Good morning, Paul.
Blitzy DIY.
Good morning, Liz.
Mike P. Andy Calloway. Vince. Rosin. Good morning to everyone hanging out.
Yeah. All right. We have some fun stuff. Let's get through it. Let's do the housekeeping in the morning. Adafruit.com/free. You can see all the latest deals that are going on. These are great because you don't need a coupon or anything. They just get added automatically to your shopping cart. We'll start off with $99 or more orders. We'll get a free half-size Perma Proto. For orders that are $149 or more, you get the KB2040. I had to look at the thing. There's a photo of it. It's pink. For orders that are $200 or more, you get free ground UPS shipping. That's for the continental US only. And then for orders that are $299 or more, you get the half-size Perma Proto, the free KB2040, the ground shipping, and a Circuit Playground Blue Fruit. Lovely NRF52840 board. I had to preload that one. Okay, that's the free deals. Go to adafruit.com/free for more information. If you are in the market for a new job or some makers to help you with your project, go to jobs.adafruit.com. Post it up. It's free to do so. If you want to create a resume, profile, or a gig, you can do so. So shout out to everybody who's been using the service and things have been going good for it. Give a shout out to the microcontrollers newsletter, the Python on microcontrollers newsletter. We recently reached a milestone of 200 plus issues, so check it out for more issues, good issues. And shout out to Amberella for doing such a great job being the editor. You can go to adafruit.com/newsletter and subscribe to the once a week newsletter that's focused on the Adafruit products that get added to the shop on the weekly. So check that one out. And then for daily content, you can subscribe to the many individual categories, such as Python and microcontroller newsletter, 3D printing, biohacking, maker business, and much more. Don't forget IoT Monthly from Brent Rubel, who's doing the IoT Monthly stuff. So go to adafruitdaily.com for all of those newsletters. Giving a shout to Paul Cutler for hosting the CircuitPython Show podcast. This week was a special episode with Thea Flowers. She's the synth queen who's doing lots of awesome stuff with CircuitPython and modular synths. So check out that interview by checking out your favorite podcasting service and just search for CircuitPython Show podcast. And we're back to this week's project.
All right.
You kind of already saw it. It's a bird.
It is a
bird's the word.
CO2 IoT Canary bird.
Canary bird?
Or did I say that wrong?
Nah, you said it right.
It's basically using, this is a demo for Whippersnapper. It's Adafruit IO, and it is demoing the reactive triggers. So when it senses that the CO2 levels are above 1,000 parts per million, it will die on you. So
it will look like it's dead. Wah, wah, wah.
Do a nice little rotation on there, and when the CO2 levels are back up, like when you open up a window, it is magically brought back to life. So, of course, this was inspired by one of those Kickstarters.
Yeah, I think it's called Canary IO. That is a Kickstarter project. Very fun idea. We've seen other folks have made their own versions as well.
Last week,
one
of our viewers actually made a really nice one out of a feather, and I think was using IO.
Yeah.
Super cool. Check out that episode. If you're in the chat room, please share it again. This is a very popular visualizing way to sense CO2 levels in a room. Super cool.
Yeah, we've had some other ones where it uses the matrix display, but this is a very cool visual kind of designery way to showcase the air levels.
Yeah, so this is basically a nice little designed horn, servo horn, with nice little articulating wings on there. So this attaches right onto the shaft of the servo. So if we remove this, you can see the servo popping out of there. So of course, all 3D printed case, you have a little port opening for your CD40 you can, of course, use any of the many sensors that are compatible with Whippersnapper. So we have a nice little hook on the back, and then
like a cloud.
Yeah, so snap fit lid. Oh, I'm gonna have to unplug this first. And you can see how everything is all connected on the back there.
Mounting plate kind of has everything in one, right?
Yeah, so everything mounts to the servo, like so. We have all of the mount for the sensor, and then right on the back of the servo, we have a nice little Py ESP32 Pico. So I wanted to demonstrate using just a straight up Pico, not the S2 or the S3. And that works perfectly here. We have nice little short headers on here, so we can modify this if we want. We can continue experimenting with other sensors on here. I was using like a beam splitter and like the magnetic latch ones. So lots of really cool ways to trigger an action. Of course, we're using the CO2 sensing on this. And yeah, nice little modular build. Everything just slips right into the case right here.
Yeah, modularity is really an important feature when you're designing your enclosures. We strive on making everything as modular as possible, especially now with the part shortage. Sometimes you might need to go in and be able to rip out a part and reuse it. So in this case, you have the Cutie Pie, which is snap fittable, and you used header pins, so you don't actually solder anything directly to the pins. That's very good technique. A lot of people probably know about that, but a lot of the times I don't do that. And I really like that you did that and you're able to fit everything still in this compact little package. So for folks thinking about designing their enclosures, you definitely want to think about making it modular.
Yeah.
We have individual mounting bits for the stemma QT breakouts and for Cutie Pies. We have tutorials on how you can design your own, or you can just rip them out of existing designs like I've seen before. And that's a really good technique to kind of go and try to do that as much as you can. And for us on the kind of backstory, we do that because when we are documenting assembly photos, boy golly, is it nice to not have to rip apart tape or hot glue.
Or build a whole other one.
So using screws as much as possible is another thing as well. And Lamar too, shout out to Lamar for designing the stemma QT breakouts with this sort of standardized mounting hole size. So if you want to change out the SCD40 for another sensor, chances are that your stemma QT breakout will fit on this existing mount because the mounting holes are kind of standardized, right? Pretty cool. That's my spiel.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into the dashboard or the device page for this.
Whippersnapper, check it out. It is free for folks to play around with it. I think you get 2 devices and 10 feeds. That's plenty of feeds and devices to play around with. We have the Py ESP32 Pico set up here. This is the device page. If you haven't used Whippersnapper in a minute, this is how you can interface with all of your dev boards that are supported for Whippersnapper. Check out the Learn Guide if you want to add your own or read more information on it, but it's pretty straightforward. You install the firmware through the website with a drag and a drop.
So for the 32 Pico, you cannot drag and drop. There's no USB support. Whoops! You can do that with the 32 and with the S2. That has the native USB, but on the 32 there is a little web flashing tool. It'll has a nice little wizard, so you can
it'll walk you through it.
Walk you through all that.
Say you got a new device. You want to search for your Pico, not that Pico, this Pico. and then get firmware,
Yep.
and then that takes you to the website.
Yep. So you are gonna have to use Chrome for this, but it'll.
Oh, I love it. I'm on Safari.
Yeah.
Sorry, Safari. That
And it'll
rhymes.
do a nice little walkthrough. It has the, I think it's the ESP tool that is built
Yeah.
right inside there.
Pro
It'll do the
tip.
flashing. It'll do your Wi-Fi credentials and your IO key. And it's very simple to even update that as well. There's an option to, if you just want to update the credentials, you can update that on its own without having to flash the entire board again.
Yeah, pro tip, don't use Safari. That's all I got. Anywho, back to the devices. You can see it's online. We have many devices that we're playing with. It says it's online. It shows you the beta. It's up to date. It's easy to update it too. It'll tell you when it's out of date. So to add a servo, click on the new button here. Scroll on down to servo, and there's a servo. Let me click X and modify the one we currently have right here. You can always modify it. It's set up to pin A0. This is default stuff.
You can choose any of the pins here.
I want the boot button. No, just kidding.
And then you can.
This is all default stuff, right? Leave those alone. Right? Did you change this at all?
No, it's in the actions is where you do the changing. If you have multiple servers on here, you can change the name of that, so you can identify
you can
those.
name it, like,
it'll actually tell you that.
Bird servo update component. And the bird loved it. It went
a little jig.
And then you have this built-in slider that you can always change and have access to if you want to manually trigger, as we have been doing. But we have our SCD40 set up.
Let me see. Let me blow on it.
And the SCD40 is taking readings every what? Minute? 2 minutes?
I think it's like every. You can click on it. It'll show you.
10 minutes here.
Boop, every minute.
Every minute.
Just to speed this up, but I would probably set it to like 10 minutes so you don't reach. Whoa!
Whoa! You just gave it 1,121 particles in your coffee-driven breath.
There you go.
So
this
the
is
bird
super
has
cool.
died from your breath. It just can't handle.
Yeah, the bird just died from my breath.
Yeah, that's a lot of CO2.
It's like plugging its nose. I like the way that you can. Different angles will give it like different expressions based on where the wings are.
It's covering its nose.
You can cover its nose. You can cover its eyes.
Great. That's very solid. But you could do all sorts of fun stuff with the servo. Maybe you want to lift things up, drop things with a PIR sensor, for example, if you're doing like a Halloween thing. Yeah, lots of fun things you can do with it. But yeah, that's the addition to Whippersnapper. The ability to have servo control is pretty big. Right now it's pretty simplified, but you can do a lot with these constraints.
Yeah, let's go ahead and click on the second part that is making this work. Actions.
All right, I go to actions up here, and then you can see my full list of actions. They're all turned on.
Let's go ahead and click on one of those. Yeah, one of those. So one is to raise it, or to kill the bird, and then one is to enliven the bird.
Action. Okay, I didn't know that. That was one action.
Oh no, go to edit, and you can see here that it is a reaction. Action type.
Right screen, yes.
Yep. So your if statement is going to be, you can do the little drop down there. You can choose your board and then what sensor on there. So I like how this is labeled. It'll tell you the, if you scroll up, it'll show right there. We're using the, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, I guess it's scroll down. There it is, the Pico. And inside the Pico, we have all of our connections. And here is the
components.
Components.
So if this component has a value that's greater than
or equal
1,000 or equal to 1,000 parts per million, then we're going to post a message to the bird servo feed with this, which is the value for the servo.
That's the rotation. It'll have it go all the way down. Of course, you want to test this out if you have a different shape for the horn.
Yeah, you have to get your minimum and maximum desired angles. So that's what we're using. It's not a real angle, but it translates into that. And then you limit it for every 10 seconds.
Yep, you can have that go higher. I just have it to 10 seconds, so it'll be as immediate as we can for the demo. And that's pretty much it.
Notify bit. That's if you want an email or something?
Yeah, you can get notified for action resets.
Oh, okay. Cool. And then basically the same deal, but just reversed, or a different value.
So instead of going down, it's going to go up. Instead of having the 1,000, it'll, if it's lower than 900, it'll enliven the bird.
Cool. Very easy to set up. You just have to kind of consider the right values for the right kind of action. But that's how easy it is to set it up. There was no code required here. It's all just done through the web interface, and that's kind of the whole point here, is to be able to kind of clicking around and experiment with different values to get your desired actions.
Yeah, enliven this bird.
Yes.
And
you're controlling on your machine. I'm controlling on my machine. You can control on your phone.
Yeah.
And it's just unlimited devices that have access to it. You just log in with your account, and you can talk to your bird anywhere in the world. Can I go all the way?
I mean, it's just what settings that you have in there. So it's the min and max that you set inside of the
as you can see,
the settings for the
triggering
component.
it pretty quick. The reason why it's rocking back and forth is just because of that thing in the background. But imagine this on a wall. It'll be nice and straight, nice and sturdy.
Super cool. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the guide. Do a quick little walkthrough of setting up. Oh, it's still high CO2 content in here.
Yeah. Stop breathing.
Yeah. So again, we link to the inspiration for that other.
Canary IO.
You can check out their stuff. Did they ship out yet? I think they might have shipped.
Not yet.
Next month or something.
We'll see. Yeah. All the stuff's in stock, which is nice.
Beautiful. And just a couple just 3 components really, and then the ancillary connectors that you're going to need. Hook everything up like the Stemma QT or the Stemma cable.
Do you make your bird alive again? I'll try to breathe over here. Exhale. Could you use a different ESP?
Yeah, so you could use the S2. I just wanted to test out the 32 Pico just to make sure that the flashing tool and everything worked perfectly.
Right, that's cool.
So that was the whole reason for that.
Okay.
You can, again, the S2 is a little bit cheaper.
Depending on what you want, right? Okay.
And then, moving on to, I guess, assembly.
Okay.
Need a couple of screws there. I'll list them all there. Here is the circuit diagram for this. I don't know why the image did not load. Oh, whoa. You see a flash? Oh, there it is. Super simple.
Yeah, that's great. The Stemma QT just has a cable, plugs into one end and to the other end, and you can daisy chain them.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
This is a mirrored page from the Whippersnapper.
Just how to set up your board.
How to set up the board, how to add the components. And then this is showing you how to do the reactive actions.
Right. So this is just kind of referencing all right.
Pretty much what we already went through. So to just show you, walk through there, how to test your positioning and all that. And then for the printing, quite a bit of parts. Looks pretty simple, but you have like the case, the lid,
which is great.
all of the different parts that hold all the components together, and then the hinginess of the bird. The only thing here, it's in the assembly.
Your favorite shade of black for your bird. We went with.
This is actually gold, the glow in the dark stuff right here.
Okay.
The green. It's because it was already loaded. And then the galaxy black for the bird. Okay. A nice little crow.
Any special tips on printing or anything?
No, just support material, I guess, for the
servo bit.
That servo bit, yep, because of the way that the mounts, it rises that way, so it's not interfering with the servo horn. I'll lift the sensor out of the way. And then the case, the 2 portholes, just need supports for that. Although the overhang could be pretty good. Yeah,
it catches. Nice. Okay, cool.
And pretty standard settings for that. Inside of the assembly, we're using that Cutie Pie mount that you made. I just modified a little shape of that. Snaps right in. If you hover over it, you just want to make sure that the USB side is facing the smaller section of the corner. You can see the top section where the Stemma port is a little bit longer than the bottom.
Yeah, just reference photo.
Yep.
And then you get a bracket for your Stemma QT.
Yep. And we're just using M25s for most of the build. The only thing that requires the M3 screws are the sensors for whatever reason. Moving on, the servo press fits in. Just align it up to that little cutout that is along the side of the servo mount.
It only goes in one way, or?
Yep, only goes in one way.
Okay. Then connect the things.
Yep, add some headers if you want to make it modular, or just connect it or solder straight to the pins if you want. That'll actually make it a little bit more smaller, but you won't have the modularity.
Okay.
And then we're using our own M2 by 12 millimeter long screws to attach the lid to the servo horn, or the servo body, the housing. And then just align your sensor to the cutout on the case. That's pretty much it. You can attach the wall mount to the back of that. Another set of M2 5 by 8 millimeter long screws. Connect that. And then the assembly of the wing, you just want to lay the bird body on top of the wing that has a little nub on it. And then you can heat up the tip. You can use a lighter or a soldering iron. And then use a flat spatula to create a little rivet. And that's pretty much it. That will create your little wing.
I've never created a rivet with this, but I've seen you done it a few times now.
A couple times,
and, yeah, it's a great kind of permanent way to adhere these things.
And if you like get a mistake or something, you can just chop off that tip, then you can reheat that, and then try again. And that is pretty much it.
Yeah, it's a good
nice little CO2 IoT Canary.
Attach bird. Bird complete. That's great. Very fun.
Super cool.
Right.
Useful.
Your bird's still down for the count.
Get back up.
There it is, just for the demo.
Name's Maggie.
Naughty bad.
And that is this week's project.
Cool. Shout out to everybody on Discord.
Andy Calloway says, "Why is a canary not yellow?" Because
yeah, we did make it yellow, but we
were told to make it black.
We were we didn't want to make it exactly like Canary IO, so we had to change the color of the bird. That's why.
Was the curved wires and fritzing? Yes, that's fritzing. You can download. Or actually, no, we don't make the fritzing the files available. Right? They're not public.
No, they're internally available.
I don't think there's a way to, the resources page.
It's a hidden page. You can go to this link here to download the fritzing package.
This is where I grabbed all the object files from.
You can go to go ahead and paste this in, or maybe I'll paste it in.
I think I have a
fritzing library, master parts. It's a lot like our GitHub parts.
Here it is. I got it.
You got it? All right. So here is all of the Adafruit fritzing objects that you can use. Batteries, connectors, breakouts, alligator clips, NeoPixel strips.
All of the objects.
Lots of stuff. You can come in here and just download them individually, or spend a little bit of time and download the entire library, which has hundreds of objects that are ready to go with the fritzing software. And that's a tip. Any other fun questions? Sorry, bird.
Coal mine canary got dirty. Yep, that's the excuse I'm going with.
Good comment. Like, this bird has seen things. And then used to be yellow.
And Taik is saying we need to design a wire marking contraption so you can unspool wire, pull it through. Said contraption makes markings every so often that make a tonal wiring, maybe like a wiring equivalent in I think I know what you mean.
What does that
like
mean?
How people like mark their filament so it like comes out at different colors.
Oh, okay. Take a look.
Oh, and Liz says that the product guides also have the fritzing part listed on the downloads page.
Yeah, they do. And shout out to Liz for doing up all the fritzing objects as recent.
Yeah.
It's become one of her many tasks as she has bloomed into full Adafruit mode. I keep killing this bird by like talking.
I mean, that's what happens when that was one of the first uses when
Are you talking too much?
The pandemic happened. Seeing the CO2 levels in a room, so if they got too high, you would know there was too many people in there.
Why do I have a headache? Maybe you're breathing too much of your own breath. All right, well, that's this week's project. Please check out Whippersnapper. Try it with a different piece of hardware. It'd be cool to see other folks do some of their own boards. There's some learning guides on that too. Yeah. Whippersnapper is not just for Adafruit stuff. I think that's important to note.
Yeah, you can add your own boards. There is a whole guide on adding them. in the learn system.
Cool. All right, we're at the half-hour mark.
All
we
right.
have lots of other stuff to talk about.
All right,
So that's
go
this week's
ahead.
project. What are we doing? Shop talk, or what are you prototyping?
I think
Prototype.
prototyping, yeah.
We have some noodles, some LED noodles. This is something I'm working on. You good there, Pedro? Delicate. Hello, look at this. All right, we have 6 Adafruit noodles, and I was gonna do a 3D printed sign holder. Golly, that's super bright.
Sorry.
It's never gonna look good on this
Oh,
camera.
crap. Hold on, let me see. You gotta adjust
Or on
the,
this camera.
Is there a way to...
It's too bright.
Not on this one, huh? You
Just
gotta go
turn
under
it
the-
off. We're blinding everyone. All right, LED noodles. So I was originally going to make a sign. So I started off with this shape here. It's kind of this cool curvy shape. And then I figured, let me make a sort of like a lantern. So I affixed all of these to a couple different mounting plates that I designed. And I wanted to light them all up. So we got one of each color. And I think this would look better, in my opinion, if it was just one of the same color. But I have one of each color. So wiring these up, you want to have a resistor. So this is a 220 ohm resistor. And I have here a little piece of permaproto. And I just chopped it off so it's only the power and ground rails. So you can see my wiring. There's a lot of wires, six each. And then I got this little 2.1 DC jack. A barrel jack, and these are really cool cables. So it's got USB on one end and then the barrel jack on the other end, so that connects like this. And in order to power one of these, you need 3 volts. So I have 6 of them, so 3 times 6, you got 12 volts. This guy has a switch on here that lets you switch between 9 volts and 12 volts off of any 5-volt battery bank, like this guy here. So plug that in, and there's the little, it even has a display here, a little output display. And you can switch between 9 and 12 volts. So you see it's getting brighter and not as bright. Let me see if I can play with Camo Studio.
Yeah, because you gotta see the way the design looks on there with it glowing.
Yeah, I did it. So this is what it looks like in real lifeies. You can kind of discern the LEDs, but the colors look really nice. And from a distance, they look as soft and diffused as the ones in the background. Those are neopixels, but these are not neopixels. They're the noodles. And here you can see I designed it in a way where I would have a little bit of excess because I didn't want to, you know, fully. I wanted to have flexibility, and these are very flexible. The way these are adhered to the 3D printed holder, you just press fit them in, and because they're silicone sheathing. Diffusers or silicone, they have a nice grip, and they just press fit and stay press fitted in there. So that'd be neat to create this kind of hexagonal lantern, and yeah, it all just kind of screws together, and they all fit like that. These are all the colors. By golly, is this thing hot? This thing right here gets really, really hot, folks. Be very careful with that. Yeah, I burnt myself. It's hot. It's okay though. So we have red, we have pink, we have blue. That's a green. That's a warm yellow. And then back to blue. Did I get 2 blues? I guess I got 2 blues. I don't remember, because you ordered them. But anywho, that's my experiment with the LED noodles. I think for next week we can come up with something. Should I spoil the surprise idea with the acrylic? The acrylic?
Oh yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah.
So I wanted to use this center core, and then I made this this kind of cage that will house some acrylic panels, and the acrylic panels themselves will have the 2-way mirror, so that we can create an infinity mirror effect. So imagine this as an infinity mirror, an infinity lantern. Not an original idea. I've seen some of them before, but I thought it'd be cool to turn this thing into like an actual lantern. Kind of futuristic. It's kind of small, kind of big. It's gonna have some snap fit bits. This is a 3D printed place handle, and I think that'll be kind of neat. It won't be battery powered because Maybe it will. I don't know. I'll need like a buck converter or something. But yeah, that's the idea, is to make an infinity mirror lantern with these LED noodles. Obviously, I got inspired by the Edison bulb style lamps. So I'm trying to come up with some other ideas. So that is what we're prototyping, some LED noodle projects. Noodles and noodles.
Super cool. Can't wait.
Yeah. What do you
Looks
folks
like
think?
the
Any
acrylic
cool
just got here.
Yeah, I got to
acrylic.
cut the acrylic. And
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the effect will be like with the reflections.
well, I'm just amazed by the Stargate.
Oh yeah,
The
that'd be a
Stargate
nice
GIF
little...
is really cool. And that's like in the 80s, you know? These
Uh,
effects look so good. It's in the 80s.
Let's see. Unfortunately, they are out of stock.
Yeah, all the noodles are out of
still.
stock. Thank you everybody for buying them, but I can't even make projects with them. I had to use all my noodles. I used up all my noodles.
Oh, funny. All right, cool. Quick little question here from Zarin in the Discord asking, is ABS more flexible than PLA? They're trying to build
Absolutely.
a 80-foot robot, having issues with printed parts not fitting.
Oh, yeah, ABS has
Also-
a lot of warpage. I haven't printed ABS in maybe 8 years, to be honest, folks.
Yeah,
I would recommend PETG because it's less odorous, way less odorous. I think it's less toxic, more flexible than PLA. You just have to print it hotter, like 220, 230 type deal, maybe 240. I forget. Check your filament settings, but yeah, PETG is great for stuff that needs to be a little bit more flexible and withstand some of the heat. Like PLA will have a lower melting point, and PETG has a higher melting point. So that's why you have to print it hotter. But yeah, give PETG a try. I'm sure other folks would agree to.
other folks had
recommend
just
PETG.
recommended that. Darth Paul has said PETG, also more flexible, easier to print.
Yeah. Yes. Oh gosh, this is so much easier than ABS. ABS is
You need an enclosure. You need
it's a beast.
like ventilation because
Yeah,
it stinks.
it's very toxic. Our bird friend would probably not like the ABS. And that's what we're prototyping.
Oh wait, didn't I
Yeah,
have
we'll
one?
save the other stuff
Okay.
next week or whatever we.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into the next segment.
Shop
I think it's
talk.
shop talk.
Yeah, Pedro's got a new iPhone,
Yeah.
and with that, he made a Ninja Flex case. Ninja Flex is that lovely filament that's flexible, but also a challenge to print. So print it slower and hotter.
Yeah, so new iPhone. Some of the components got moved around, so I had to edit the
Was it
previous.
a lot? You moved around a lot.
The power button, the volume, and of course the camera. They got diagonally. It went down a little bit and larger. So updated that. Just a couple tweaks in the Fusion file. I should put that up as well, but I'm just using the iPhone 13 one. Instead of making, like last year, I think I had one for the Pro,
the Max,
the Max, the Mini, and then a PLA version, a
Yeah,
Ninja Flex version,
you
one
went
with
all out.
like the Vernoy on the back, one without the Vernoy on the
This
back.
was the '90s Macintosh.
God, it was
I had a
too many.
Performa 63.
Why did I make so
62,
many? That was
61.
such
Anyway,
I stuck with one
model.
design, yeah. So Ninja Flex only. Sorry, it feels the most comfortable. Like
Yeah, I
all
would
of the
say
corners,
Ninja
nice and
Flex is the best for
squishy.
cases.
I had the cutout here as standard now instead of not, so you can have your MagSafe batteries or your pop sockets easily go on there. Should put that
Yeah,
on
I
there
have recently
properly.
grown to love pop sockets. I got one too. These are really cool. They're not 3D printed because why? They're already.
Yeah.
I mean, the case. Why not? Why not just buy a case, Pedro? Why'd you 3D print it?
Because I was able to
Tradition.
print this faster than the phone shipped.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Plus, you have a ton of this. It's kind of exclusive, limited edition Ninja Flex since they don't.
Oh
make
yeah,
this
they don't make
anymore.
any greens. I think they still make pink.
We're down to our
I'm
last
scared to use my
tools.
purple because they don't make purple anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have nice spacing for the screen so that doesn't get all scratched up. So you have a nice elevation for that, and then the camera bump as well. The little framing around it is higher than what the lens is. So you can lay it down, and it's not going to scratch. And because it's the 85A TPE Ninja Flex, it is grippy.
Hey, it's purple.
Oh, I know. You can barely tell.
It only looks purple sometimes.
At certain angles, yeah. There it is. It's black. It's gray. Oh, it's purple again. But yeah, Ninja Flex, it'll work on TPE and TPU. Yeah. So the 95A and the 85A will not work with PLA, so don't try. It's going to be way too tight to get in there.
People are still going to try Pigeon.
Yeah,
every year they do. And they're like, why doesn't this work? And right there in the title it says Ninja Flex.
Yeah, Ninja Flex only, not any other.
Any support material required?
Yes, extensive supports to do all the overhangs. Yeah, so this entire thing gets covered in supports.
No. Well, it's really easy to remove supports.
Yeah, look how good it comes out.
Because Ninja Flex can be cut very nicely.
Mm-hmm. Focusing on the quality of this.
Flush nips.
So this is the gray. They do still have this color, and it's got like some glitter speckles in there.
Okay.
Looks really nice, and it's just plain.
What was the short hardness again?
This is 85A.
Do you think this will work with Cheetah?
Yeah, this will work with Cheetah.
Okay, cool. Cheetah's easier to print.
Mm-hmm. It's not gonna have that like. It's not gonna be.
It's not gonna be grippy.
Yeah, so it'll be more stretches. It has like this gooey type feeling on all the buttons. Yeah, it feels really nice. It's
very soft.
It does grip to your clothes when you put it in your pocket. It is going to grip. The Cheetah will slide right in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this stuff is great for bumpers and things.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I've already dropped it, and it's right on the corner. Protects it really good. And that is anytime there's a new iPhone, you can guarantee.
So it's on Thingiverse.
I have to make. This is for work. Like I have to make one of the other. Couple of years, every Halloween we have to do like a gross what's the name of it, Cronenberg inspired project. Yeah, meaning like making guts or something out of Ninja Flex or some sort of gore horror thing. PT's idea for this one is he saw an inspiration of, I don't know what the heck it was, some horror gallery thing where the lady has her phone and there's like an ear on it, so while she's talking on the phone,
very natural, like her ears sticking out.
So that'll be project I had to work on next for Halloween type stuff. So just making sure I had the buttons and the case all fitting, and that 3 printed ears going right on top of there for I guess it could be an ear pop socket.
An ear pop socket. I love it. Great.
Maybe that's what I should do instead of modeling the whole phone. Just have because it has the skin like color. We do have that, and perfect opportunity to give a shout out to, is it Color Fab, who just released a couple of skin tones for their Ninja Flex.
Yeah, it's very nice.
They're flexible filament. Gotta stop calling Ninja Flex. So that's Ninja Tech 3D. They stopped offering those skin colors, which were originally for like prosthetics and things. That's what Color Fab is advertising these as. So it is like the 85A, and they have a couple of different skin tones. So I will be utilizing their caramel color.
All right.
And that's what we're prototyping.
Yeah, go to the.
Or actually, no, Shop Talk. It's available. It's out. You can get the Thingiverse file there. It's on the Adafruit account.
Good jobs. Good photos.
Another Shop Talk with all of the environmental sensing and all that I've been doing. Got a bunch of those really cool aeroid plants. I want to make sure they are nice and happy. Saw this in the Slack chatter. Liz posted up some Pi conversions that she's doing for a really cool project. I don't know how this slipped through a lot of the guide releases.
Slipped through.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice it. That would have been all over this. This is so freaking cool. So I've been wanting one of these for a while. Now I'm trying to get to it. I didn't want to show it just sitting there stuttering. So this is
this is a clue board.
Who made this?
It's Adafruit Clue. Start there. And we have some CircuitPython code that lets you visually plot data from all the sensors. There's a bunch of sensors on board.
Oh my god, there's so many.
And we love things like the Circuit Playground, but those dev boards don't have a built-in screen, and this one does. And all the sensors, you can switch between the different readings.
A lot of them,
sensors.
yeah.
So here's the color sensor, the proximity sensor that's built in, the accelerometer, humidity, and temperature as well.
The most important for me.
So instead of like logging data and all this, it's just locally on the device showing you the readings. Yeah, so think about like a what was it called? The tricorder from Star Trek? Yeah. Something like that.
So it's like a miniaturized tricorder. So humidity, colors, proximity,
So the buttons just
accelerometer,
switch between them.
temperature, pressure. Again, back to humidity. Then you have like several different styles. You can have like dots, and like you can have the charts wrap around, or you can focus in on a certain areas.
Shout out to Kevin Walters for
That's what it was,
publishing
yes.
the guide, the clue sensor plotter in CircuitPython. Let me drop that link.
Yeah,
Folks,
we made
the case is also available to download.
Yeah, so this is from the bike project we did with
Did you type
Eva.
in bike project? That's not going to work, right?
Yeah, type in bike. Scroll down there to where to go?
I'm not sure.
This guy.
That's what I was like. You just type in bike, you have like 50 bike projects.
Yeah, you're right.
You're not going to find it that way.
I think it's Piloton.
Oh gosh, weird name.
I know, because it's riffing off of the. Now
Piloton.
I think they've like laid everyone
I
off.
literally
Right?
had to type in bike. There's no bike at
Ah,
all.
cycling.
Yeah.
Click
was
on
this
it.
JP project or was this?
Oh
I thought
yeah, I
this
think he
was the
started
Eva
it.
Project.
Yeah, Eva.
Many
did the
hands
project.
touched
Oh
this
yeah, I know.
project.
You know how it goes.
Yeah. All hands on
Mhm.
the Piloton. Anywho, that's where you can get this case, and I guess you can make a project too if you want to plot some of. What is it doing? It's doing MP3s and plotting.
Yeah, you're controlling your iOS device.
Your
You can do
RPM and
the.
stuff. Oh, that's right. It says a Bluetooth.
It actually connects
project.
to a
legit Bluetooth
cycle
cycling
tracker
thing. Yeah. Anyway, you can use the case for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Liz use it for the
I think a
step
wearable.
counter?
Yeah.
The step counter is another cool clue project. But anywho, let me go back to where we were. Here. So check out the code. It's available for CircuitPython and Arduino.
Yeah. So I think it was like a year or two ago. We made one with the
Small.
TFT Feather, and I wanted something small like that could show real time. Readings of humidity and temperature, things like that.
Yeah.
And this is way better because it's all just built in and just like a callback to what this circuit actually looks like. You can see on the inside here, there's so many sensors.
There's a lot of space in there.
Oh yeah, well it's for
You
the
can
battery
hide
and then
Snacks.
yeah, you could.
Little mini lunchbox.
I could make this a little bit smaller. It was because of the quarter 20
It needed
adapter
to be that
for
big for the bicycle.
the handlebars. Yeah, all snap fit. So it just snaps like that.
Has a reset button. Look at that.
Oh yeah, reset on the back there.
CircuitPython. So
all the
code
holes.
is accessible anywhere.
That's what I keep trying to get to. This was drag and drop. There was no code I had to write or anything. And
Drag and drop the code with the project
Bundler. And I think this is one of the conversions that she's going to do. So it'll work inside of PyLeap. So you just transfer that with your mobile device.
Yeah, a lot of libraries.
Yeah.
There's all the code.
Super freaking cool. So I'm have this in my pocket now. I should probably just wear it. So surprised
I
that
got a clue in my pocket.
the new Apple Watches, they don't have no humidity
That's a lot
sensors,
of
right?
Code for days.
Yeah.
Gives you an LED sensor too or something? The light's going off in the
Yeah, with the
thumbnail?
light. So yeah, just wanted to shout this out. Excellent project. Something I'm going to be using every single day now to make sure that all of my environmental, my humidity and all that is set perfectly. Super cool. Shout out. I don't know what you could do with these pads, but I'm probably just close it off since it's not being utilized right now. In the bike project, it was like for pause, play, skip. So
Lets you control your audio too, which is super cool.
And it's so small. So tiny. Oh.
Check out the clue. It's
It's in stock.
in stock.
It's in stock. Ah, amazing.
Yeah, it's packed with a bunch of stuff, and
So much.
It's hard to make a $20 dev board
If you click
that has
on
a screen.
yeah,
but
if you click on Kevin's name, you can see all the other stuff. He made like a magnetometer, so you can make like a
All the clue
metal
stuff.
detector type stuff. So it's
Bluetooth remote
so
control
many
Lego droid.
freaking
Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin.
so many uses for this little clue board.
All right.
Yep, this is why I love my job. This is so freaking cool.
Cool. All right.
next up.
That's the shop talk. I guess we're ready for this week's
Community Makes.
Time-lapse Community Makes Tuesday.
Yay,
Let
this
me play
week.
the video.
This week is
Look how
super
glowy this is. This is
glowy.
an impressive glow-in-the-dark filament. You're going to have to give us a link. Cause,
I'm gonna have to grab it.
So Potion of Time by Ars Moriendi 3D. They posted this up on Thingiverse. It's a free download.
So in staying with the skull theme that's been going on past 2 months now, I think. This is a skull potion of time.
So bright.
It's so glowy.
Two different colors of glow in the dark, like a blue and a green.
It's like a blue-green.
And it has skulls on it.
It's so beautiful.
I didn't know it had skulls.
Yeah, they're
Alright,
all
so
over.
there it
Look at
is.
this. Let me turn off that black light. You can kind of see the
Oh gosh.
skulls on there. The little lid pops out. I don't think you can actually fill it with anything because of the there's holes all over. But maybe it makes a cool planter for like cuttings or something. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to glue this part on, but I didn't get around to it. But it just goes over top. I thought it went on top.
The crown.
Yeah, I thought it was like a crown, but this is a super cool little prop, that glowy prop you can have for your Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
And it can't go wrong with the glowy. It's so cool. I should have grabbed the link for the filament, but it's
Oh wow! I just realized. Maybe not. I was gonna say these are Roman numerals: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Maybe.
6, and then 7.
Oh, wow. I did not
8,
notice.
9, 10.
They're even up here.
So shout out to Thingiverse user Ars Moriendi 3D posted this up. Look how much
Look
detail
at the
there is on
detail.
this. It's quite impressive.
Wow.
Way more detail than I think was able to resolve.
Oh, dude,
in
I
the
forgot to
print.
print this little hinge thing.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Let's
It's
print that
separate
out.
pieces.
Super
Here's-
easy print.
It's called Potion of Time from
Let me grab the
Mythic
filament.
Potions trademark. Is it from a game or something?
Maybe. Crap, I should look more into it. I just was impressed. Oh, it's a dice roller? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. It's a dice roller. Whoops.
Let's read it.
I didn't even read it.
A dice bottle that features small see-through windows and a print-in-place movable part. 100% support free. The bottle and clock hands are two separate parts designed to be printed in place so they interlock together, making the clock hands rotatable. Did you know that, Pedro? It's supposed to rotate the clock.
Wait, what?
It's supposed to rotate.
Oh, that's what this is.
Yeah. That's what tells you the seconds and minutes or something.
I mean, that makes sense.
Next time,
the
read
name.
the thing.
Man, I'm like trying to print
The Potion of Time was a community chosen and part of the Mythic Potions Kickstarter. The idea was suggested by Timothy Lootman, who you definitely should check out. His Instagram is full of gorgeous models that he prints, paints, and even designs himself. Everything of Doom, which the small skulls of the potion bottle is a reference to. Very cool. So check it out. It's a free download. If you're into it, give it a print. It's fantastic
Excellent
model.
print. Yeah.
Cool. And that's this week's Timelapse Tuesday.
And I just posted links to the filaments we use,
Great.
mostly because I'm so happy with it when you can't tell where. Usually with a time lapse, you can see like the ugly side on it because of where the print head stops, moves over, getting out of the way for the camera to take a photo. How good this looks.
I'd love to print it bigger. Really big
Cool,
one.
yeah. Although this is a pretty nice
Potion
size,
bomb.
it's as
It is,
big as
but
a
like to resolve
hand.
that resolution, I would print it.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the skulls.
I think some
Oh,
of the
these are
detail bits-
hourglasses.
Yeah. The more you look at it, the more things you
I
find.
know, that's so cool.
It's like a Disney ride.
Yeah, thanks, Darth Paul. Yep, the base is the clock hands. Numbers are on the bottle.
Yeah.
I guess it's supposed to snap in and rotate, but the my tolerances are off. Since I can't
Yeah.
really push that in there.
Anywho.
I was just gonna super glue it. Good thing I didn't.
Yeah, no, I like it like that. Very fantastic. Give it a shot.
And I posted the blue and the green. I did
Cool.
try the rainbow one that is also suggested in that same Amazon listing, but it is not as bright
Check out
as
this
these
cool GIF here.
two. Ooh,
That is super cool.
wow.
Is that real?
Looks like uranium in a glass.
Yeah, that's. Oh, is that bad? It's probably bad.
Oh, maybe.
Uranium? Like, no way.
Oh no.
You would die. All right, moving on with the community makes. We got one this week by Thingiverse
Oh.
user flip. Panini the cat posted up their remix of our D20 project. They made it into a gavel.
That's cool.
Order.
I say 20 spaces.
Yeah, this is great for Dungeons and Dragons, and great remix. But Panini the cat wasn't done with just one D20 remix. They had to do 2 D20 remix. This is a D20 wand. So they put all the D20s together in this wand. That's kind of funny. A D20 wand to go with D20 gravel.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? I mean, there's so many D20s. I feel very honored
print this.
that they would use our D20 model when they can choose any D20 model.
Huh. Well, there's the next
Phil B.
week's-
painstakingly and I worked on making sure each letter was correct and letter, sorry, each number. I'm such a noob. But anywho, shout out to Panini the cat for posting up those 2 makes. Very cool to see them remixed. Moving right along, we have another make. This was posted up on printables.com. This is a unicorn horn by Francis. Francis posted up their unicorn horn, printed in gold. Says it printed perfectly. Thanks for sharing. Nice. Look at this lovely gold. This is like a. Wow. I have many versions of the unicorn horn. This is the one that prints fine with regular PLA, and it has these sew tabs so that you can sew it to garments. Is that how you say it? Headgear, garments, bands. Lots of makes on our lovely unicorn horns. Moving on. Oh, this was posted. I said Francis. Yes, Francis made that. Next up, this is super cool. Posted up again on printables.com. This is by Grumpy Scrambler. Grumpy Scrambler says, great, just what I was looking for. I put the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin from BirdBot Thingiverse. So this is cool. We did this talking pumpkin with lights and sounds. This is a store-bought pumpkin that had a kind of a thing at the bottom that let you. I basically remade the bottom so that it can house the whole Circuit Playground Blue Fruit, and then with the stemma speaker, I have it so that when you shake the pumpkin, it would play different sound effects, and then using the Blue Fruit app, you can trigger the different sound effects as well. With the Blue Fruit app, using those buttons. So each sound effect would have a different color animation, since it has NeoPixels built in. Relatively simple circuit. And Grumpy Scrambler posted up all these photos of their build. They took this very detailed, very creepy pumpkin from BirdBit, and they linked to BirdBit's design of the pumpkin. Check it out, Peter, the pumpkin.
Hey,
cool.
we have this pumpkin.
Do we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it fits perfectly. They modified it so that it fits our
you know
parts.
what? I time-lapsed
Really
this
nice snap fit thing.
like 3 years ago, and
It's time to pull it out.
I never got to it.
It works perfectly.
I will, okay.
I wonder if they even modified it. I think you could just like screw right into the bottom and it like fit perfectly. That's cool. So anyway, shout out to Grumpy Scrambler for posting up their make of a project that I don't think many people made. Very cool though. You can scale it up, put it in whatever prop. It's a really easy way, and it's all done in CircuitPython too. So check that out if you want to make a talking pumpkin. All right, second to the last, another make, this time on Thingiverse, by Thingiverse user Master Q555. They posted up their make of the Kingdom Hearts Keyblade.
Hey.
Very nice. They have the Thor hammer too. I can't say the name.
Very cool.
Can you say the Thor hammer name?
Mew Mew.
Mew Mew.
Mew Mew.
Mew Mew.
I said, like, what's her name? Mew Mew. Is that Mew Mew?
This is Keyblade. Easier to say. It's they said my make of the KH Keyblade. All parts are printed on my Ender 3 except for the gold handle guard, which had to be printed on the CR10 due to size. See miscellaneous notes for the bottom for my struggles and build suggestions.
Oh,
shall I talk about the struggles? Basically, they said that it was hard to screw them and have them all match. Yeah, that's a bit of the
tolerance
issues. Yeah. But anywho, very cool make. Shout out to Master Q55 posting it up. And the last make to close off the show, we have 5 minutes left, is up on Principles, posted up by Grumpy Scrambler again. This time it's this LED skull lantern. So Pedro, you remember this project because I think you did this one. This is a remix of a design from MakerBot.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember MakerBot?
Yeah.
They used to.
They're Ultimaker now.
They used to employ designers, and they would make very cool things to go up on Thingiverse.
Yeah.
This was like 2012, so many years ago. But we remixed it so that it had some channels, I guess, for these LEDs. So you can put some LEDs in them. So you have LEDs at the top and the eyes as well. And I don't know if this is still up there on Thingiverse, but you have it here. You print all the parts. And Grumpy Scrambler posted their make of it. There it is. And they did a fantastic job.
Wow, look at that
with
weathering.
The weathering.
Even like that little fake roach.
Yeah, that fake roach and some bats. Bat wing thing. Very cool.
Mew mew.
Mew mew. Yeah, it looks fantastic. No comments on it, but all you need is a photo. It says very cool. Yeah. Very cool, Grumpy Scrambler.
Oh,
and that is the first make. Yeah, I didn't even know we posted this up. It must have been over the transfer when we used the transfer files from Thingiverse.
This is great in case, like, well, I don't think it'll go down now.
What, Thingiverse? You don't think it'll go down?
The merger with Ultimaker is complete. They're
they
good.
completed
They're set, man.
They're set for life. They're all cashed out. Nobody's running the site anymore. Sorry.
No, it just means that hopefully the ads are generating enough funds to keep the servers going.
Keep the servers going.
All right. I think that's it for the community makes. Yeah, we'll go over the other stuff next week.
Look at this post from...
Yeah, there is a huge thread on the uranium liquid that we were seeing earlier.
Oh, really? Very bad.
Too long didn't read. Doesn't glow on its own. Needs UV light. No, uranium glass is not radioactive. Reasonably safe, but check it if it's old. And then some photos of how nice.
Don't chew on it.
Yanni's saying there's some liquid glowing instructions available.
This is super cool. Yanni wins for best gifts. All right. That's going to do it for the show. Did we talk? Oh, I guess I forgot. We don't really have anything to show for it, though. The CAD parts on repo, the Adafruit CAD parts on GitHub. You need to make a banner for it so that I remember to take a segment. No new updates this week, but I'm seeing some new parts requests, so I'm going to try to get to those this week. Shout out to folks that have been checking out the repo and contributing in whatever way, whether it's a part request or actually adding parts or reporting an issue. It's all good. I appreciate folks checking it out. And it's reached 700 stars. Look at that. And almost 200 forks. Very, very cool to see it grow. We'll have to water some more. Yeah. All right. Tonight is the show and tell and ask an engineer. We invite you to come on and share what you're working on, product ideas, retro tech, all that is fair. And you can join the Discord server, and we'll drop a link to the StreamYard live stream when it goes up about 5 or 10 minutes before the show. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is Ask an Engineer with Lamar, Lady Ada, and Mr. Lady Ada, Phil Theron, where you can get all the open source news, coupon codes, new products. Anything else? The Great Church? No, INMPI. There's so many segments in the show, I can't name them all. And I'm running out of time, so I need to keep going. And then Thursday is John Park's workshop, every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Shout out to JP for doing it up. And then on Fridays is a deep dive with Tim, Foamy Guy, every 2 p.m. Pacific Time or 5 p.m. Eastern Time. On Sundays is a live stream with Lady Ada called From the Desk of Lady Ada, where she is at her desk streaming live. Mondays are the CircuitPython meetings. Weekly gatherings every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can join in or listen in live during the show. It's on Discord. What happens Tuesdays? Product pick of the week with JP. Up to 50% off select goodies. Every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the show.
Woo.
Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
Yay, celebrating 9 years? Was that last week?
9 años. That was
last week.
Last week. 9. I still have it there. We're reaching our 300th episode.
Really? I thought we were already there.
Oh, our 400th
episode.
I'm looking for the link. This is episode number 378. Can you believe we've done 378 of these?
Mm-hmm.
And we just got Facebook working after 300 episodes.
No.
I
After
know.
like a month or two.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I think that's it.
You think so?
Thank you
We'll
all
see you
for
tonight.
joining,
If you're on the
hanging
show and tell,
out.
we're not hosting, but we'll be there to share.
Maybe we are. I don't know.
Things change.
Yeah.
Things can change.
All right, cool. So with
All right,
all of
folks.
that, make sure to
Keep positive. Make a great day. And we'll see you tonight. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.